Hey, Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and Fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, fans, we're talking about a new book from Image Comics. And a lot of those #1 books from Image are always really hot because you never know which one's going to take off. And today we're talking about They're Not Like Us. Issue #1. That's right, fans. This book is written by Eric Stevenson, and the artwork is done by Simon Gain. Artwork in this book, it's not bad, but it's just typically not my style of art in here. I do like the backgrounds, I do like the settings, I like the flashbacks, but when it came to the particular characters themselves, in particular facial expressions, again, I wasn't like a huge fan of it here. It just felt off to me, and there seemed to be like an over amount of detail, especially when our main character, tries to commit suicide, and there's just too many like lines and machines. I didn't like the over exaggeration that they were going for in the particular issue. Kind of felt like the art felt stiff in a way. So I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it's not actually horrible. I can see that they're really trying to capture emotion in the main character's facial expressions, which I can really truly appreciate, because she's going through a hard time in her particular life right now, because she's very confused of what's happening. And here's a good setting that I was talking about with the artwork. But what I think about this story, and was it worth picking up, or is it worth reading? Okay, first off, it's about this girl who's hearing all these voices in her head. She doesn't know what to expect. She doesn't know what to do with her life, so she goes to the thing that a lot of people do. She winds up being on top of a building, getting ready to commit suicide, and we have this guy that is actually waiting for her, and you see this guy here, and you would think he's like another Constantine, except he wears this suit and he smokes. So that's basically what's going on here, and he's trying to convince her not to jump, but she doesn't listen, so she jumps anyway, and he kind of just stands there nonchalantly like, okay, go ahead, jump. So this, she does a really good job at breaking up, what's next. And you wind up getting to see our main character. She winds up in hospital bed. She winds up suffering a whole bunch of injuries. And our mystery man in the suit is there once again in the particular issue. There he is again. And what he does is he winds up trying to recruit her. And he, throughout the issue, winds up telling her what she is, what her powers are. She's a telepath, and why she has all these voices in her head, and for the first time she feels clear, and she winds up going to this particular mansion, and and she winds up meeting a different cast of characters throughout this issue. And the one thing I really didn't like particular issue was they introduced you to these characters very briefly in 9 panels, and it's just like, okay, there's this guy, this guy, this guy. When you're reading it, you kind of feel like, I need to know these guys right now, or I'm not even going to remember them in the next issue. And I felt that they wanted to touch on the maybe the future cast of this series, but I didn't feel it was needed. It was so centric around the main character that I felt they could have just left these characters out until the next issue or whatnot, but they decided to touch on that. So you get to see her meet everybody real quick and whatnot, and and our Constantine-like character is going through the issue, telling her what's going on, and you can fit in here. We're very distinctive. We wear certain clothes and whatnot, and you all belong here. And I felt like this was a very cliche type of book. Like, I've seen this all before. We've seen kids go into mansions, they've had different powers, they're different from other humans and whatnot. Reminded me very much like X-Men, or the new Grimm fairy tale story that's going on. And then finally, after reading the entire issue, you get the one last line of why, in order for her to fit in with this group, and to blend in with everybody else. She can't have any contact with anybody else or no friends or whatever it is, and she has to kill her parents. And that was the kind of the cliffhanger that this issue actually leaves off with. So that's the one thing that's different. Everything else I felt like I've read before, and it took forever to get to this point. So I was very, I was kind of disappointed with this. I kind of expected a little bit more from here, and it took forever to get to what his main point came across. I get, why it took so long, because, she has to get all the information and why she's here. But again, it was something that I felt like I've read before, and the only twist in it is, again, that our main character has to obviously kill her own parents or her family or whatnot. The one thing I don't like about the issue also is that the main character is not even memorable. I don't even remember her name in the particular issue, and I couldn't tell you where to find her name in the issue. Same with the man in the blue suit. I don't know if they even said his name or not. They gave you a whole bunch of other characters' names that are, very Justice League-like. Like Fagin and Wire and Runt, and you get to learn all these guys' names, but I just don't remember all the two main characters in the book, and that kind of frustrated me through here. So when you can't remember their names, they're not very impactful, and I didn't feel that the main character in the book, the female, was very impactful either. I felt that she was whiny, and I get she's going through a tough time, but it just didn't impact me at all. So after reading this issue, I didn't think it was a bad issue. I just thought it was kind of average, and I felt like I've read it before. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Make a decision on if based off of my review here, if you really want to go and pick it up or not. I know there's a lot of other books out there. So, guys, if you want, check it out. If not, pass it up. So, guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. And if you want to find out more about Comic Frontline, you can check out comicfrontline.com, and then our sister website, which is comicrelated.com. So, guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. And until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon. Bye.